Reviewing strangers' websites. It's time to review another website. This time 4Acertijos. I'm not entirely sure how to say that, so the first thing I will mention is the name. Domain names should be something easy to remember and should probably have .com, because if you have a .net or .org, those are really easy to mistype, even if you're the website owner. I did have a .net at one time, and it was not a good time trying to market it because everybody was clicking the .com. So just spend some extra time, find a good name that's easy to remember, easy to type, easy to say over the phone. If you can't say it over the phone, you don't need to have it, because you're going to be telling a lot of people how to get to your website over the phone. It's just what happens. Tell friends, family, whatever. Okay, so let's start otherwise. I don't entirely know what this website is about, what their intentions are. It just says we build things. I understand you might build things, but what kind of things? Websites, apps, WordPress sites, Joomla, Drupal, what do you do? Maybe video games? So let's find out. But I'm gonna just take a peek, and these are really interesting and they look like this, so I'm gonna just click on them and see what happens. That's pretty sweet. So apparently they can make some really dynamic web stuff. Let's take a further look at this and inspect an element just to see what is going on here. So I'm going to click here. Just watch these numbers here. Oh, these are all locations and tell us what's what. Okay, so we're going to click on the turtle. You see how the numbers move? That's pretty sweet. That means this is all being driven by HTML and not it's not a Flash based thing, which is awesome. You can do some pretty cool things. I'm assuming this is some kind of JavaScript and HTML5 kind of thing. I'm not a developer, but I know a little bit, and that's what I'm guessing that is. Okay, so let's look here. Contact us at this, or at this, or at this. This is Facebook, Twitter, and email. So what this should actually be is there should be icons. Little letter icon, Twitter icon, Facebook icon. Do some social buttons instead of this. No one wants to read. We instantly recognize visuals. So put in some instant recognition kind of stuff there. This is a little more difficult to understand because it looks like it's a number, another number, and then some word that people don't know. So this needs to be fixed up. This should be on the bottom. If you have a crazy little page like this that scrolls, you're gonna want to have some kind of nav here or nav here. I see it as on the side, but most people don't look over here, and I mean, it works, but let's finish up with this. So this should have some kind of little text that says, try clicking on one of these to animate, and have a neat little arrow pointing to this section here. Like I said, there should be some sort of tagline. Instead of "we build amazing things," it should say, I don't know, something about what you do. But I'm gonna say that this takes up way too much of the page here. You don't even know that there's anything below it unless you click on one of these or get curious and scroll. So this is a parallax site. That's what you see here with that visual behind here. Inspiration is our seed, passion is our fuel. It's nice, touchy-feely, good picture, but it has no real value here. You're not really describing anything. So far, I still have no idea what you actually offer. I have a vague idea, but I need to know for sure. I mean, it's a super nice looking site, and that was creative as heck, but I need to see value. Okay, so our team, get to know us, nice big picture. It looks like you got a bunch of fun stuff going on here. That looks really expensive, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure a whole lot of little businesses have time or money for this. Maybe focus more on marketing and such instead of looking like a fun team. Being a fun team is great, but it doesn't really portray what your actual value is. It just shows that you're a cohesive group of people having a bunch of fun. But what does your product look like? What does your service look like? That's what we really want to know. We are here to buy a product or service, not to see how fun your work environment is. That could be put under the About Us or check out our team, but it doesn't need to be showcased huge like this. It just takes up a lot of real estate you don't have. Same with this and here. You gotta use your real estate really well. Below the fold, you're gonna lose a lot of people, and plus nobody knows that you're supposed to scroll down, so maybe a little arrow says scroll down, or just revamp this whole thing here. But try to put the main things here: logo, tagline, what you offer, and then you can put cool stuff. I mean, you could put this, smaller in a different area or something, but show people what you're actually selling, because you really can't just stay afloat by looking awesome and flashy. And the issue is, these are developers. Developers, designers, and marketers, all completely different. They do work together sometimes, and it's really good when they do, but when you have someone that just likes pretty pictures and is really freaking good at coding, it doesn't give you a highly marketable website with nice call to actions and such. You want to have call to action. You want a tagline that tells what you are. You need all these things that convey a message, basically to make some money out of it. Okay, so you're talking about your team and everything here, but you talk about who you hire. I'm not entirely sure I need to know who you hired. I just need to know what you're selling me. And the white text on here, not great because there's a lot of whiteness. There's a lot of washout in this image. Plus it's also just, once again, more filler. Do you want to work with us? I don't know, because I don't know what you're selling me yet. I just know you build things, and apparently it's something online. Our culture, so you're talking more about culture. I'm still looking for what you guys sell. Small company, big personality, more filler. About us, once again, you're playing hard, but I still don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you're selling me apps or video games. I don't know what you're selling me. It looks like you're programming. It's got to be programming of some sort for web development. Check it out, Redditors. A little shout out there. Okay. You work with the latest technology. What do you mean? Do you mean web technology? Do you mean phone technologies? Software development, like programs you can install? What are you talking about? Showcase. We build amazing things. Okay, I see a bunch of icons here, and I don't know why I had to click that to see this. This should just be popping up. Might be a weird rendering issue in Firefox. Firefox can do that, and I got a bunch of plugins too, so might be causing that issue, but probably not. Okay, so web apps, we got mobile apps, enterprise. I have no idea what that means here. Maybe a little more information on what you've built. A little description. Small business. I don't entirely know what that means. I don't know what this means. Is it a website? This is a super tiny little thing. This should be bigger. It should be a bigger showcase. And I don't know why this one's skewed up here. What is this? Media? And I click it and I don't get anything. So it shouldn't even be there if there's nothing here. That's whatever ones don't have something attached to it just shouldn't show up. You really don't want to have an empty thing like that. People are going to be very confused what's that's all about. Okay, so we're at the bottom. Once again, this stuff. I mean, this stuff can go at the bottom, at least the copyright information. It doesn't need to go at the top. That's a weird place to put it. The contact information, like the social buttons and stuff, should be on top though. I mean, we got about and all this team and stuff. Home button should really be on the top. It's a weird place to put it in the middle. These should be in order. Definitely should be in order. There's no real marketable content on this site. A marketer really needs to get a hold of this and work with the developer and the designer to make a really nice marketable setup. I would start by listing your services very clearly, web apps, phone apps, or just mobile, whatever you have there. But little pictures, call to action, a little description, maybe a little button that says examples, and when you click it, it pop up a nice light box with some examples. Videos are great, so if you could get a video of talking through a couple little projects, that'd be great, or a slideshow. But don't just show one picture of a website and assume we know what you did or why it's good. You have to show value. You have to make it clear, but it needs to be short and concise to elegant. So it's sort of a mix between telling enough but not too little, because if you don't tell enough, well, you're sort of screwed, and if you tell too much, then people just don't want to read it. But there needs to be some marketable stuff going on here. This is definitely awesome, shows what you can do, but it would also be good to list. What platforms do you work on? What are you most comfortable doing? Make a more clear offering to your visitors. But otherwise, the actual coding ability looks like it's amazing. Just needs the marketable kind of inspiration breathed into the design. It's a big issue with a lot of developer companies. They have a lot of issues with making really pretty, awesome, powerful websites, but not so much in terms of functionality and marketability. Well, functionality, yes, but not in a usable way for visitors. They don't know what's going on. Like here, you would want a blog with some information that can be shared. Give away awesome tool information, like how can you prep for building a website, how can you prep for building a game, possible free tools to make those things. That way when they get tired of it, they come back to you and get your services. And you definitely need a better contact form set up than this, because people contacting you through this is not going to be huge. It's going to be a tiny trickle of flow. You need something like a contact form, just boom, right in their face. What kind of category, what they want to actually accomplish, a little bit of information about what those subjects are. Like if you're asking us for web apps, you should probably have this and this and this ready. Tell us this and this about your project, and we can help you. Our minimum price that we work for on this particular project is this. Basically, get all of the nice marketing stuff done. Because no matter how awesome your product is, if you can't market it, you get nowhere. That's the biggest part, is having marketing. If you can market, you're fine. But right now, this is just a shiny thing that is not doing the marketing job. But content, you want people to have inbound traffic to your website. So content that people want to share. Awesome insights. And it needs to be for people that aren't developers necessarily, because your customers aren't going to be developers. You want small business people coming in that need websites. So focus on their particular needs and what they would like to share. Think about what's shareable on Facebook and Twitter. So make that high quality content. This company does great work. They made the Big O, from what I know, and this looks pretty nice. I've seen the previous iteration; it was nice too, but this is real nice. Good graphics. I don't know if they did that in house or not. This is looking good. View more needs, so it's apparent that they knew they needed to stop, so they did that. So they do good work. It's just they need a bit of a design and marketing boost. But otherwise, this is a pretty awesome site. I would definitely recommend them. I have talked to them, but I would recommend also talking to a marketer that you can work in conjunction with your developer. Most developers aren't marketers. So find a marketer before you find your development team, because otherwise you won't really have a good design to work with. They'll build you something functional and powerful, but not that it'll market and convert. And you want marketing and converting. I'm going to also mention here, Ninja Mock works real nice if you're going to go to a developer, because you can have you can mock up your site real quick. So like this, you see how you can do phone apps. They also have the ability to do what is it? iPhone, iPad, Android, Windows Phone, Microsoft Surface. That's pretty intense. Websites and freehand. So they have a lot of stuff here, and it's easy to work with. If you're not an agency, it's free. So you can start designing now. You can do all kinds of stuff with it and be able to actually bring something to your developer and say, this is sort of what I'm looking for. You can also set them up in PowerPoint, which is also pretty good, and I've done that before. You can buy some different templates to build your website stuff, or you can just start taking snapshots and moving pieces around and building your mock-up for your website. But this is 4Acertijos. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And check them out. Talk to them. If you have to, just contact them through here. I know that's not a contact form, but check them out. They can do some crazy stuff apparently. And if you want something powerful, just bring them a design you know you like, and they can make it. So check them out.